Ladies and gentlemen, today I've got 8 solid summer fragrances to go through today, and in my opinion all these are bangers and they're easy grabs for hotter weather. Stay tuned to find out what these 8 fragrances are. Good YouTube, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. That is right, today I've got 8 solid hotter weather fragrances to go through, and I think if you picked one of these, all of them would do you justice, but you can't go wrong with any of these. We're going to get straight into it. First off, I'm going to start with an OG fragrance. This has had hype over the years, and it has been around for a few years now, and for good reason. It deserves the hype. It has come from the House of Prada, and it is Rossa EDT. This thing is just mass appealing, very easy on the nose, it's easy to wear, it's great for hotter weather, it's great for cooler weather as well, but it also works well on hotter days. You've got lavender, bitter orange, mint, clary sage, ambroxan and ambrette seed. So it opens with a citrus blast, then it turns aromatic. You've got the lavender and the mint, so it gives this fragrance a nice dose of freshness. It does have a musky side to it, not heavy on the musks, but you can definitely tell that there is musk in this fragrance. It turns soapy, so it's soapy, clean, aromatic, citrusy, got a little bit of sweetness in there. Overall, it is a stunning fragrance, smells great, very good for hotter days. You can dress this up, you can dress it down. It just works in any occasion. But like I say, if you want to reach for it on a hotter day, it will do wonders as well. I think like fresher fragrances, they develop better sometimes in hotter weather. And on my skin, that's what this one does, and that is why I'm putting it in this list, and that is come from the House of Prada, and that is Rossa EDT. I failed to mention that this is not a ranked list. I think they're all great fragrances, so the first one wasn't my least favourite and my last one being my favourite. I think these are all stunners. Right, next I'm coming in with a cheapie. This is £20 in the UK, and this is an inspired by version of Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. It is Just Jack Vetiver, and it says sterling on the atomizer, and I believe this line is under Armath. I think I'm right. If I'm not, drop a comment down below. This, my friends, is a great cheap freshie. You do have to reapply after 3 or 4 hours, but for the price, you've got grapefruit, orange blossom, spicy notes, amber, oak moss, orris, nutmeg. I do not get no amber. I do not get no orris. This is a spicy, fresh vetiver fragrance. It starts off with a little bit of a chemical blast, but after a couple of minutes that sort of dissipates, and then you get this rindy, pulpy grapefruit, and then boom, the vetiver is there, and it is an earthy vetiver. But it's not like a stanky, earthy vetiver. It's clean. This fragrance is, I would say, it is close to Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, but obviously the quality just isn't there. Overall scent profile, not bad, but the quality obviously is not going to even come close to the Tom Ford. But for what you could pick this up for, it's just fresh, it's uplifting, and it's cheap. Like I say, £100 in the UK, £100 in the UK, £20 in the UK for a 100 ml bottle. And it is worth that all day long. You can fresh out the shower, hotter days, and you just want to wear something easy. Get this. You can't go wrong with the price, and that is Just Jack Vetiver. Coming in next is a mass appealing monster. It is Aqua The Geo de Parfum. Man, this thing is so easy to wear. To be honest, a lot of the fragrances in the Aqua The Geo line are very easy to wear. People pleasers, that's what they aim to do, and they do it well. You've got sea notes, green mandarin, clary sage, geranium, lavender, mineral notes, vetiver and patchouli. This is an aquatic, aromatic, semi-sweet, citrusy fragrance. I do get this subtle salty accord in the back, like it comes in and out. I can detect it and then I can't and then I can, and it all depends on the weather. Like when it's a really hot day and I'm wearing this fragrance, that saltiness sort of stands out a little bit more than what it does on a cooler day. So it definitely shines in hotter weather. Like I feel like you get more of the fragrance in hotter weather. The lavender is adding this nice freshness to it. The clary sage, the vetiver. The vetiver is an earthy vetiver, but yet again, it's clean. There's nothing rough or rugged about this fragrance. It's so easy to wear. The green mandarin comes across like a green mandarin, like an unripe mandarin. So it's got a little bit of bitterness there up top. Overall, stunning fragrance. Very well, it works in hotter days and very versatile as well. You can wear this to the office, you can wear it to the beach, you can wear it if you're running chores. You can wear this fragrance in any occasion. And that is Aqua The Geo Eau de Parfum. Up next, we've got a compliment magnet. It is bright, vibrant, uplifting, citrusy, fresh, semi-sweet. It is coming from the house of Aaron Terence Shoes. And can you guess which one it is? Supernova. Man, this thing does smell really, really good. You've got Italian bergamot exclusive to the house of Aaron Terence Shoes, grapefruit, mandarin and orange, oak moss, patchouli, ambergris, ginger, apple, pineapple, white musk. This thing packs a punch, citrus punch, when this thing first opens up. You get that bergamot, you get the orange, then in comes this juicy pineapple with the apple, but the pineapple overshadows the apple. It does on my skin. The apple sort of lurks in the back. And once it starts calming down, the ginger starts creeping in, adding this zesty zing to the fragrance. It turns a little bit earthy from the oak moss and the patchouli, but whilst adding a little bit of sweetness in there. It is musky, but not musk heavy, but you can tell that this does have a little bit of musk to it. The musk just, it makes it where the musk just wraps around the other notes. Smells great. I've had 4 compliments with this fragrance so far, and I've only had it for a short amount of time. So that just goes to show that it does work, and it works very well. Can't wait to rock this more in the hotter weather. In England at the minute, we've been having hot days, and I've reached for this a couple of times, and it does smell very, very, very pleasing on the nose. It's mass appealing. Everybody who likes fragrances, I think, will love this fragrance. There is nothing to dislike about it. It's smooth. It's got a nice little bit of sweetness to it. It's fresh. It's clean. It's juicy. It's very, very vibrant and uplifting. And that is coming from the house of Aaron Terence Shoes, and that is Supernova. Great, great fragrance. Coming in next is a newer fragrance in my collection, and I raved about this fragrance on first impressions, and head over heels is not the word. Iris Degrees from the Artisan Parfumier. What a stunning fragrance. Quinton Biche has done such a great job with this. This has a pea accord in it, right? And the way it comes across with the iris, it's like this green, crunchy pea pod and a powdery iris. This thing is, this is my jam. If you haven't tried this fragrance, people, just sample it. I know you might think pea accord, that must smell rancid. It doesn't. It is a little vegetal, and it does come across a little bit earthy, but this is going to be my scent of the day today. This is what I'm going to rock, because I love this fragrance. You've got pea, bergamot, iris, musk, woods, ambroxan, mint and galbanum. So it's green, like I say, it's vegetal. You do get a little bit of a citrus pop up top from the bergamot, but that sort of dissipates. It opens bright and zesty, then it quickly calms down. The iris comes in, giving it this powdery touch. The muskiness is sort of adding to that powdery nature. A little bit of a woody backbone. This is a stunning fragrance, and this is going to get so much wear in the summer. Like, it's got this green, fresh, clean vibe to it, and I could rave about this all day long. I'm going to say it again, if you haven't tried this fragrance, just order yourself a 1ml sample, because man, in my opinion, this is going to be, or is, a summer banger. And that is Iris de Gris from the Artisan Perfumer. Up next, we have another cheapie, and this is coming from the House of Armath. It is Club de Nuit Sillage, or Sillage, however you want to pronounce it, potato patata. This fragrance is worth the money and some. To me, this fragrance has layers, and it is a little bit complex. And like I say, for the price, it's worth the money. You've got bergamot, lemon, lime, blackcurrant, ginger, violet leaf, jasmine, iris, cedar, rose, ambroxan, sandalwood, musk. This pops. It does open ever so slightly synthetic, but after a minute, that goes away. And then you get the blackcurrant. The lime really stands out on my skin, especially on hotter days. That lime and blackcurrant pops. Like, I get this green nuance. The ginger is adding a little bit of zest. It's got a little bit of a sharp twang to the fragrance. And then once that opening calms down, in comes this bouquet of florals. The jasmine, the rose, the iris is adding a powdery touch. And them florals just blend together with that citrus. So it's fresh, bright, zesty, floral. And then once it starts calming down, it does turn woodsy. You definitely get a good dose of ambroxan in this fragrance. This is great for hotter weather, and it is a powerhouse on my skin. I get great longevity with this fragrance. Solid projection for 2 hours, probably more than 2 hours, because when you do 5 or 6 sprays of this and you go out and it's hot outside, this thing radiates beyond arm's length. This is worth the money. It has got that inky vibe that everybody talks about. Yes, this is a clone of a popular fragrance, but we're not talking about that today. We're talking about these fragrances individually, and this is worth the money, and it is a great wear for the hot. It is a great wear for hotter days. And that is Club de Nuit Sillage. The other day, this fragrance was my scent of the day, and I had to put it on this list. It is come from the House of Azzaro, and it is Chrome Extreme. For what you can pick this fragrance up for, it is worth the coin. This thing is mass appeal in a bottle. It just smells so pleasant, very versatile. This is a workhorse of a fragrance, and great for the hotter weather. You've got green mandarin, sea notes, amber, cashmerean and juniper berry. Not a complex fragrance. It opens with the green mandarin, so it's citrusy up top. You get that aquatic marine vibe. It is aromatic. As it dries down, the juniper berry comes through and the cashmerean, so it turns a little bit woody. It's just so easy to wear. This is a done reach fragrance. If you want something that'll work in any occasion, like if you're going out for a few drinks and it's warmer outside and the breeze is picking up this fragrance and people smell this in the air, they're going to think that you smell great. If you're running chores, if you're going to the gym, you can wear this fragrance. Wherever you can wear a fragrance, you can wear Chrome Extreme. Good longevity, 6 to 7 hours, moderate projection for an hour and a half, and then as the hours go by, it just calms down and calms down. But this thing, it just smells great and it works. And that is Chrome Extreme. If you don't own this already, if you can pick this up at a good price, I would just blind buy it. I really would. And I don't recommend blind buy nothing. This is worth the coin. And lastly, it is coming from the House of Dior, and it is Dior Homme 2020, the EDT. This is a simple fragrance, and I don't mean that in a bad way. This is simple. It's not complex, but does it smell good? Yes. this is a very versatile fragrance. Most of these fragrances on this list are versatile fragrances, but they work really well on hotter days. Let me just spray this bad boy. Right, you got bergamot, pink pepper, enemy, patchouli, atlas cedar, cashmere and wood, isoe super, vetiver and musk. It opens with this citrus, fresh, spicy blast. Like the pepper and the enemy really add this spicy kick to this fragrance up top. And then in comes, this has got a ton load of woods in it. So it's bright, fresh, spicy, and then heavy on the woods. You also get a nice dose of that isoe super in this as well. This does have a manly, musky edge to this fragrance. But once the fragrance starts drying down, that bergamot up top stays with the fragrance. Like sometimes when a fragrance opens up bright, the citrus note will sort of dissipate because it's quite volatile. But in this, it just calms down and it stays with the life of the fragrance. Once you get into the complete dry down, the bergamot is gone. But it stays with the fragrance for a good while. And that is one of the things that I love about this fragrance, because it keeps the fragrance fresh. Great smelling fragrance. The longevity could be better. I get 4 to 6 hours with it. Sometimes I get 5 hours, sometimes I might get 4.5 hours. So 4 to 6 hours of longevity, moderate projection for the first hour and a half. Then it does rain in close to the skin. Great for the office, great for hotter days. If you're going out for drinks, this would be great to wear. This has got white t-shirt vibes all over it. It's got, if you want to wear a shirt, you could pull this off. Great smelling fragrance. And that is my last one, and that is Dior Homme. Or Dior Homme 2020. Right, people, that is my 8 solid fragrances for summer. None of these will do you wrong. It doesn't matter which one you go for, or if you own any of these, you can't go wrong with them, especially on hotter days. Drop a comment down below of which ones you do own. Let me know which ones you like out of this list. Remember, people, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the support. And I will see you lot on the next one. Cheers.